lovelies, it's Anne coming to you live for this training on how to create a coaching brand that stands out in a crowded niche. Do you want to know about this? If you are free to join me, hop on, say hello, hashtag replay if you are already here watching the replay. As you are hopping on, do say hi. Let me know where in the world you are joining me from. Drop the letter N if you have been, if you are new to my world, right? Or drop the letter F if you've been following me for a little while. I love to know who's in my audience and who's watching me. So that would be incredibly helpful to know that. Let me know if you can see me and hear me okay as well. I'm sharing this training following some conversations that I've been having with my clients this week. And I have 4 new clients this month working with me. Hey, Jocelyn, good to see you. And this has been a hot topic in our conversations. So I thought it would be timely for me to come and do this training as well. In a crowded coaching niche, standing out is super essential, right? I'm sure you all feel this on social media. You're kind of like, who's even watching me? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I don't often wear bright colors, but I really love this. It's cashmere and it feels amazing on my skin. So I decided to wear it today. Yeah, and it's not even enough these days, ladies, to be the best at what we do, right? Um, we need to be different, right? That is what really helps us to stand out. And I talk about this often. Um, Being good at our craft is not enough. It's necessary, it's important, but that's not enough to stand out. Yeah. And so what I'm going to be sharing about today, these principles are going to be super helpful for you, because these are kind of the core principles to really, really help you to differentiate yourself, to really kind of, stand out above the noise of everything that's going on social media. So before I get stuck into the training, for those of you who may be new to my world, let me just super quickly introduce myself. I'm Anne Ryan. I'm a business mentor and a money mindset coach. I live in Melbourne in Australia, where it is a beautiful spring day. And I help my clients who are coaches and consultants to package and position the incredible value that they have to offer the world into a high ticket offer. Some of my clients have offers already, and I help them to up level those offers, and others, come to me with an idea, with a concept, with the skills and experience, but they want me to help them to create the offer, and I can do that too. Often my clients just need a couple of sales a month to earn a multiple 6-figure income, right? So if you follow the principles that I teach, it's entirely possible to build a multiple 6-figure business working just, 2 to 4 hours a day, right? I typically say under 4 hours a day because, different people have different strengths that they bring to the table, right? But by keeping business simple, it is entirely possible to kind of have it all, to juggle all the things that we have to juggle in life and to have a super successful business. So if you are interested in scaling your business to 6 figures or even multiple 6 figures, I've helped people get to their first 10K month, and I've also helped people to get to 100K months. So I know I can help. Drop hashtag support if you'd like to talk to me about that, or send me a private message. Right now, I don't have this always, so if you are watching the replay, this may not be available, but right now I have a couple of spots left where I am offering a double your return on investment guarantee. So if you'd like to find out more, drop hashtag support or send me a private message and I'll be happy to share the details. All right, let's get into the training. This is what you're here for. Um, hello. Yes, yes. Jacelyn, are you in Missouri? Is that where, like, for some reason, I actually momentarily forgot that. So thank you for sharing that. All right. Principle number one. Principle number one is going to sound super simple, like everything that I talk about. And this is likely something that you can improve on, right? Know your ideal coaching client. To create a standout brand, yeah, we have to start with getting really clear on understanding who it is that we help, right? And this is not for just for marketing reasons. This is not just so you can outperform your competitors. This is so you are distinct and your ideal client sees that distinction in you, right? Standing out begins with understanding your ideal coaching clients, right? Wishy-washy and vague does not help you to stand out. You've got to dive deep into who they are. You have to know everything about them, understand their unique challenges and fears, right? And get clear on the problem that the problems that they have that you can actually solve for them and the results that you can help them to achieve. Yeah. This is the basics, right? This is the first principle, but this is the bare bones basics that so many people are missing, and which is why they are blending and they sound like absolutely every other coach on the internet, and hence you're not standing out, right? So I know you've heard this before, by the way. I know I'm not telling you a new concept that you've never heard of before, but this is super, super important because wishy-washy and vague does not help you to stand out. Yeah. Now, think of this like solving a jigsaw puzzle, right? The better you understand each piece, the clearer the picture becomes. Yeah. And so the better you understand your clients, your ideal clients, not this kind of I can help everyone, so therefore I'm going to talk to everyone concept, which is likely what's keeping you exactly where you are. Yeah. The better you can speak to that one person, that dream client, and understand everything there is to understand about them, to the point where they're kind of like, are you reading my mind? Are you in my head? Do you understand me? Like, you understand me better than anybody else does. Yeah. You must speak your ideal client's language and cater to their very, very specific needs in order to really stand out. Yeah. You will be noticed. I promise you, you will be noticed if you can do this. Right. And this is so basic. Yet this is exactly why so many coaches aren't where they want to be, because this is what they haven't nailed. Yeah. They're focused on helping everyone because they can, but as a result, they actually don't help anywhere near as many as they could. So my question to you is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you know this person that you help? How well do you know them? How well do you know your ideal clients? How well do you know their obstacles? How well do you know their deepest desires? Rate yourself out of 10, with 1 being you don't you don't know much about them because you're talking to everyone and it's this broad general demographic, a female who is between 20 to 60, and and you're not getting specific. Let me know. And 10 means you've nailed it. You know exactly who you're speaking to. Let me know. All right, I'm going to whiz through today's training because I have something exciting coming up for me later today, which I will talk about later. another time, not today. Principle number 2, develop a unique coaching methodology. Yeah. So there are so many business coaches, there are so many life coaches, there are so many health coaches, there are so many relationship coaches, and there are so many other types of coaches, right, out there. So, what can you create a methodology that is unique to the work that you do? So you don't come across like absolutely everybody else out there on the internet. This is your next step, right? Once you are crystal clear on your ideal client, this is the next thing to focus on. This method should be like innovative, right? Not just an improvement on what's already out there. It needs to be different. It needs to feel different. There's got to be something about it that's going to get people are going to feel drawn to what's different and or groundbreaking or innovative about it, right? Think of it like, we all know how to coach. We all know, as business coaches, we all know how to help people in business. As health coaches, we all know how to help people to be healthier, right? But think of it like a recipe. What is our unique recipe that is different from the next coach or our competitors' recipes? Yeah. Now, there are countless recipes for chocolate cake, right? But what sets yours apart? That's the way you've got to think about it when you're thinking about your coaching methodology. Yeah. So, like even in the wellness industry, yeah, there are so many approaches just to stress reduction. Yeah, let alone weight loss and so many other aspects that the wellness, health and wellness industry covers, right? But if we just look at stress reduction, which is a minute sector, but is a huge problem that so many people deal with, yeah, there are so many ways to reduce stress, but what's uniquely different about your way? Yeah. Now, it needs to be effective too, right? So think about the most effective way to assist your clients in solving their core issues and reaching their, desired outcomes. And your unique approach has to be grounded in what works and then evolve it over time as well, right? Because this is the thing, we can't stay static because then we get left behind. We've got to keep evolving this methodology as well. Hello from the Philippines. So lovely of you to be able to join me. I can't see your name, by the way, because StreamYard doesn't show me people's names, but thank you for being here. I can see there are more people watching as well. I appreciate you all. Do say hi, right? It is nice to know who's watching. So my question is, do you have a unique coaching methodology that makes you stand out, that is different from your competitors, that's different from, what everybody else is doing in the market? Let me know. Yeah, let me know. For example, I'll give you another example. My amazing client, Shannon, for those of you who know her, she has an incredible standout brand, right? She helps rebelpreneurs. She's a rebel herself, right? She's this biker chick, and she cusses, and she just says it as it is, but she's got the biggest heart and absolutely everybody adores her, right? So she's got this very rebel kind of brand. And what methodology includes and teaches is, how to write content in that way that really, and she's got a program called the C Word, and that's uniquely different to everybody else's style of writing, right? So it really helps them to stand out as well. And this is what converts, right? And this is what sets her apart from all the other coaches too. It's what sets her apart from me and all the other coaches on the internet. Yeah. And she gets great results. And so do her clients because it's different. Yeah. And she's got a very, very distinctive approach to what she does and how she speaks and how she shares. So think about this. How is your methodology different? Has your methodology got a name? Do you talk about methodology? Let me know. This is way, way more than just talking about hypnosis or Reiki or your modality, right? It's very different to talking about the modalities that you use. Nobody cares. I mean, people do care, don't get me wrong, they do care. But equally, there are lots of people who are selling hypnotherapy or Reiki or NLP or modalities, right? This is deeper. This is the next level to differentiate yourself. All right, moving on. I'm going to get on to principle number 3, right? And this is now we're looking at your actual offer, the clarity of your offer, the pricing of your offer, and how your offer is different to all the other coaching offers on the market, right? This is different to the methodology, right? The methodology is about how you get the results. This is about the offer itself and the pricing and what sets it apart. So clarity and your packaging, positioning of it, and all of that kind of thing, right? So the clarity in your offer, including the pricing, is something that's really, really important for you to consider. Yeah. And again, the more specific and focused your offer is, the more you can actually charge as well, right? And I've done a whole training on high ticket offers, so I won't go into this in a heap of detail, but I need to touch on this because this is an important principle as well for standing out. And the more you can, yeah, the more your offer is specific and different, the more it's going to stand out from your competitors, right? So, and obviously the more people are willing to pay as well. So I'm going to give you an example of this, right? And I'm going to use the travel industry as an example just for a change because I've talked about other things. So in the travel industry, like you can create a generic travel package, right? And that could be, I don't know, $1,000, very generic. Yeah. Now, a travel package specifically for adventure seekers, right? So that's a little bit more niched, could be positioned and priced at $2,500. Yeah. Obviously, I'm making up the numbers here, but travel's not cheap. Yeah. Now, if you created an offer, a travel package for solo backpackers who want to explore off the beaten track destinations that are untouched, could be positioned at way more, right? Let's say $5,000. Do you see where I'm coming from here? Like, the more specific you get about who it's for and why it's different and what it offers, the more you can actually end up charging as well, because people will then kind of go, that is exactly what I want. I don't want to just go on a generic, um, a, go on a generic travel package. It's not that, I just want to go traveling. I want to have a very specific experience when I go traveling. Yeah. And it's not enough that I'm looking for an adventure holiday. I want this kind of, I'm on my own. I want to go backpacking and I want to go and explore places that no one else has seen. Yeah. They're the 3 levels. And obviously there are so many other levels in between as well. You can charge more if if you were targeting people who are, let's say, over 60, or if you were targeting people who were, looking for sort of some kind of a luxury experience and, and romantic experience, and it was for honeymoons and it was for couples, and, or if it was for same-sex couples or whatever, right? The more specific you can get, the more you can potentially charge as well. Is this making sense? Let me know. Having a clear and unique offer not only sets you apart, but also allows you to charge premium pricing, right? And charging what your competitors charge, because that's what the market is willing to pay, is kind of like a sure way of blending, right? Because everybody else is doing it. And so I'm also going to make sure that I fit in within the kind of price point, the industry standard, all of that stuff. They're all sure ways of just blending. Yeah. What we want is to set ourselves apart. Yeah. In whatever way we do it. Now, guarantees, right, is another way of setting ourselves apart, especially in the coaching industry, because now offering guarantees is not a unheard of thing. Yeah, generally speaking. Like when you buy products or when you buy, laptops or devices, they usually come with like a 12-month guarantee, or you buy certain things that might come with a money back guarantee, or and so on. So guarantees isn't it, generally speaking, isn't unheard of, but guarantees inside of the coaching industry is less common. Yeah, because let's face it, coaches, they're not really responsible for their client results, right? Clients are responsible for their own results, and typically coaches don't take that responsibility on. Yeah, and so as soon as you offer something like a guarantee, then you're reducing the perceived risk for potential clients, especially when the market is more saturated and more, like the coaching industry is, and more clients are feeling like they've been burnt, they've worked with other coaches, they haven't got results. And so they're like, a lot more skeptical and afraid, quite honestly, they're afraid to invest. And so they, it you're sharing the risk, right? When you're offering some level of a guarantee. Hello, thank you for being here. I can't see your name, but I appreciate you saying hello. I'm using StreamYard, and StreamYard doesn't show me people's names unless you sign in. But if you could tell me your name at the end of your sentence, that would be amazing. Then I can actually use your name. But when I come back and look at the comments and answer all the comments, which I always do, I always see your names, which is awesome. Hello, Tiffany. Good to see you. It's been a little while. So lovely of you to be here. Yeah, so, I am not for a moment saying a guarantee is essential, right? That is absolutely not what I'm saying. But it can be one of the ways to set yourself apart. It can be something that, especially in this coaching industry, to offer, because not everyone offers it. Yeah. And you can decide what sort of guarantee you want to offer, whether it's a money back guarantee or a return on investment guarantee or a satisfaction guarantee or a sort of a trial period where people sort of try it, and if you don't love it, you can leave, that kind of a concept, or whatever it is, right? Anything. This is about how to set yourself apart from others in your industry. So, you really stand out as being a little bit different. Yeah. That's something I've been doing, right? And quite honestly, I'm not going to be doing this forever. I'm not going to be offering guarantees forever. In fact, I feel like I'm nearing the end of my time of when I will be offering guarantees, just purely because I don't need to anymore, because I've actually got the reputation. I've got so many things that set me apart, but it definitely was really helpful as I was building my business to this point, as I was building social proof, especially because, and I will talk about the importance of social proof as well as one of the principles, for me to kind of remove some of the risk from people making investments, and setting myself apart and giving people, positioning myself as the obvious choice, right, for people to invest. So and if you didn't catch the start, I right now am offering a double your ROI guarantee, but I've only got a couple of spots left. So let me know if you want to find out more about that. So I'm curious. How does your offer stand out? How is it different? Do you have something that's different about the pricing, about the offer itself, about who you help? How is it standing out from absolutely everybody else who's offering something similar to what you do? Let me know. Let me know. And if it doesn't stand out, what can you do to make it different? Can you offer a guarantee? Can you like really position yourself as like this premium offer rather than blending somewhere in the middle with everybody else who's charging a similar amount? Yeah, food for thought. All right, I am going to move on, ladies, to principle number 4. Embrace your uniqueness and your personality, right? Who you are, your personality is your most powerful asset that differentiates you, right? I say this so often, but people don't just buy coaching. They don't just buy a product. They buy who you are, right? They're investing in you, the coach, the person. Yeah. So the more you can let your audience get to know you, like you, and trust you, and this is, so incredibly important that you kind of let them see all sides of you, not just the polished, perfect version, right? But really get to know you, like you, and trust you. Like a painting, every, you know, every artist brings a whole different style onto a canvas, right? If they're painting. Yeah. If any of us were to get together with exactly the same paints and, we're given a blank canvas, we would come up with something very, very different. And that's what we're trying to create here. Yeah. And naturally, as humans, we are different, yet we get online and we start sounding and being like everybody else because, we think that's what we have to do to be successful, copy somebody else who's already successful, and then we'll be fine. And we lose like the essence of who we are in the process, right? And that's what's unique, right? That's what's going to set us apart, being more of who we are and not of who our competitor is. So if we can share aspects of our personal life, our values, our opinions, that's what's going to help us to stand out, right? Now, hey Andrea, good to see you. You know, I'm not a big fan about talking about politics or religion or things like that. Right now, I try and keep that out of business, but I do talk about, about my family and about my kids and about the challenges I've experienced, with my teenagers and mental health and, my aging parents and being a carer for them and, running multiple businesses and having investments and, all those things, right? Because they're the things that set me apart. And they're the things that people resonate with and relate to. And they kind of go, oh my gosh, the number of people that say to me, you know, that's what was inspiring. That's why they chose me, because of who I am. Yeah. So we all have something super unique about us, but if people don't know, they won't know. You know, if all we're doing is marketing our offers, they're never going to find out either. Yeah. So I am way more than my coaching business. And often that is what sells. Yeah. Authenticity and a strong sense of self is what's memorable. Yeah. Again, it's like no vague, wishy-washy, blended, person is going to stand out. And to really truly stand out, you have to be willing to be judged. Right? And we are all so afraid of judgment, which is often why we remain small. Yeah. I've shared this before. When you are judged, you are remembered. People may not remember every single word that you say, but they will always remember how you made them feel. Yeah. And we need to make people feel something. Some people may not like it, and that's also okay, because we are not for everyone and we can't be for everyone. And the only way to stand out is to really, really kind of into the truth of who we are, and show all aspects of who we are, you know, up to the point that we feel comfortable, right? And then a little bit more. So do you feel like you've got that? Do you feel like you're memorable? Is your content memorable? Is how you show up memorable? Or do you still feel like you're blending a little bit? Do you still feel like you're trying not to upset people? You're trying not to get too opinionated. And this is not about being polarizing for the sake of being polarizing, by the way. That I'm just so not a fan of that. Yeah. Polarizing isn't just meant to trigger people, but this is about really kind of speaking our truth. Let me know what you think. And finally, I am going to talk about the principle number 5, which is social proof. And I touched on this before. For us to really stand out and, attract our ideal soulmate clients who are absolutely willing to pay, what it is that we're charging, because they see the value in the work, they see the value in who we are, they see that we get them, that we understand them, that we're speaking directly to their soul. Yeah. And we have this incredible offer for them. We have this methodology that they absolutely love the sound of. It's everything seems perfect. And then this last 5th principle comes into play. People want to see evidence that coaching works. Yeah. So social proof is really, really important to build this sort of trust. And sharing success stories, whether it's, messages from the DMs, testimonials, case studies, anything is super, super helpful. And if you're starting out, I get it. We don't have this when we're starting out, so don't come to me with, and it's easy for you. I also started out with nothing, Yes, sure. Now it's easy. I've got it. But I also started out with nothing. Yeah. And this became my priority. This became my priority to get social proof. So if you're starting out as a coach, but you've achieved the result that you're offering your clients, that you're promising your clients, your prospects, right? Then make sure to be sharing stories and evidence and examples around that, at least. Yeah. Because that's going to help. Yeah. And additionally, data, I really believe is so helpful, right? Give some real numbers. Statistics, data on client results can be like a really powerful way as well to set yourself apart. You know, um, so I refer to things like 70% of my clients get their ROI within the first 30 days. Yeah. Now, this is a really important thing for me because, like, I'm not saying 100% of clients. Yeah. So some people might go, oh, 70% of clients, but it's like, it's a freaking awesome result that 70% of clients make $20,000 or more, right? Which is what the investment is to work with me. And they're making that back in the first month. Yeah. And so it's not 100%, but it's 70%. And it's amazing. Yeah. And obviously I talk about other statistics too, like you guys have heard. Coincidentally, again, 70% of prospects, not clients, make a buying decision to work with me within 5 days of knowing me. Yeah. So again, it's an important number. It's a statistic. Not everybody is saying this out there. Yeah. So think about how you can bring in real numbers, real data to set yourself apart as well. To help that kind of with that being memorable, standing out, and all that kind of thing. Yeah. Because these real numbers, right? They need to be real numbers. These numbers can be incredibly impressive and help for your brand to stand out and to be memorable. So, what can you do? What can you do to get that data, to get those numbers, to get more social proof, to really highlight these things through your brand so you can stand out? Incorporating all these principles that I shared, right? All 5 of them will help you to create a coaching brand that'll stand out, right? There's one aspect that that isn't any better than the other. All 5 are really, really important. And yeah, so go back and watch this video if you need to, because I've sort of given you lots of clues in there of areas that you might need to look at again and again and again, because no matter how well you feel you know your ideal clients, if they're not kind of reaching out and saying, I want to work with you, then your content is too generic. You're not speaking to them. It's too wishy-washy and vague. Yeah. Your offer, if your offer just blends with every other offer that's out there in the market, then, what is your methodology? Lead with your methodology. Talk about your methodology more rather than talking about life coaching or business coaching or whatever else. Like I talk about my authentic. Oh my God, I always I always start this and then um yeah, I muddle my words up. Authentic authority accelerator. Oh my gosh, that is such a mouthful. And I always find it a mouthful, right? But it's how to accelerate your authority, right? To take people from cold to soul fast. That's a methodology that I talk about because not everybody else has that. Yeah. So, what is your methodology? Your offer, your pricing, your point of difference. Are you offering a guarantee? What makes your offer different to everybody else's offers? Yeah. How can you be perceived as being having that category of one offer? Yeah. And then, what was the next thing I spoke about? Social proof is the final. Your personality is the fourth thing. How can you be different? How can you really kind of share your opinions, let people understand your values? Because people invest in coaches. They need to get to know you, like you, and trust you. And so the more you can be authentic, the better. I was just talking about the authenticity part and then I forgot that. Yeah. And finally, the social proof. Yeah. How can you get more social proof, even if you're starting out? Like, I'm not a big fan of free work at all. Like, I really believe that everyone should be invested, and the more you invest, the more you show up for your investment and all that kind of thing. But when you're starting out, even if you can do a little bit of beta kind of offers or lower priced offers just to get some testimonials and social proof, that can be hugely, hugely helpful. Let me know, ladies, if you have any questions at all. Like I said, if you focus on all these 5 areas, you will have a very distinctive approach, and your offer will stand out, right? If you have any questions about anything that I've shared, drop them in the comments, tag me. I always read every single question. If I miss any during the live, I always come back and answer them afterwards. If you want to build a simple, scalable, and sustainable business that you absolutely love, right? And if you want to reach, those 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, 10K months, 100K months without hustling, by keeping business incredibly simple, because that's one of my highest values, right? Because my family and all my other responsibilities are so important to me, and I do want to have it all. I don't want to sacrifice one thing for another thing. I've built my business around my life, and I don't need a holiday because I love it all, right? I do go on holidays, but you know what I'm saying, right? I'm enrolling for my 12-month Resolution 6 Mastermind and my 12-month Inner Circle. I love working with clients over 12 months because we always overestimate what's possible in a month and completely underestimate what's possible in 12 months. And so that's why I love working with clients for that period of time. We focus on 4 core areas actually within my programs. No matter how you work with me, the 4 core areas remain the same, and that is money mindset, right? I don't often talk about this, but this is a huge part of the work that I do, the money mindset work, right? To remove all the blocks, to be able to really claim that sort of high ticket pricing and claim it. Creating or up-leveling your offer to make it so irresistible, so good that it practically sells itself. Accelerating your authority, really bringing out your personality, bringing out, everything, giving people an opportunity to get to know you, like you, and trust you in the shortest period of time possible, so you can take them from cold to sold really, really fast. And the 4th area we really focus on is implementing a predictable, organic client attraction system, right? A system, it's structured, it works. It actually is something that I then, as my clients reach the 10K, 20K months, we hire a VA that takes over this role. And we even help to train the VA, because it is the most important part, right, to scale businesses, because it's really easy to make 10K, 20K once or twice, but then to continuously scale a business, you have to have this predictable way of bringing in prospects and turning them into clients. So that is what we focus on. I've helped clients to go from 0 to 10K, from 10K to 100K, and all the numbers in between. As I mentioned, right now, I do have a couple of spots left for a very special offer where I'm offering a double your ROI guarantee. If you'd like to find out more, drop the word hashtag support or send me a DM. I do not work with every single person that I speak to, right? Sometimes it's not a good fit. You absolutely have to be an action taker, right, in order to get these kinds of results that I get for my clients. So if that is you and you want to find out more, then I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And yeah, as you watch this again, I highly recommend come back and watch it again. If you have more questions, drop them in the comments and I will be happy to answer them. And I'm going to look at a house because we are getting another investment later today. Well, if it's the right one. So I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.